Something to know about servicing commercial properties. Let's talk about it after the intro. What's going on? Michael with Lawn Dude here. Today I want to talk about some things to know about servicing commercial properties, which seem to be what everyone is chasing after when they get into this business. Some of the smarter ones will probably just stay residential, and then you have others like me who's gonna do both. That works out perfectly fine for me. That's the way I prefer to do it. I like having a mix of both. And what I'm going to go over next is a reason why I honestly believe having a mix of both is the best way to do it. Okay, my first point is that a lot of people don't know and aren't told about service commercials is you're not just dealing with one client majority of the time. Residential, a lot of time you're dealing with one client. With commercial, 9 out of 10 times you're dealing with a property management group or a board, a community board, a HOA board, president, vice president, accountant, all that. 9 out of 10 times you also aren't really dealing with the president. You're dealing with the vice president when it comes to these boards. And you're dealing with the treasurer for invoicing. So it's slightly a pain, to be honest with you, because you got to send an invoice to one department, you talk to another department, and that's just for if they have just a regular board. Now, when it comes to property management groups, I have a love-hate relationship with property management groups. We have commercials we service now where property management groups, they're great. Get a relationship with your property manager who is okay, so you have your group, and then each account has their own account manager, their own property manager who's in charge of the property that you service. That's your point of contact, your POC. That's who you emailing. That's who a lot of times when there's a problem when a tenant in an area in the on the property that you service has an issue, they raise it with that account manager, that property manager, and then they come to you. They're the buffer between the two of you. So it's important to have a great relationship with that person. I don't mind that so much when I'm able to develop a relationship with that person and they're willing to actually hear the side of the contractor. For example, we have a couple property management groups that are out of state. Okay, so they're not looking at the property every week. So they got to have a form of trust with you. If they don't have a form of trust with you, every single last little picture that they get from a tenant, like say if you see, I don't know, say we just did a property and there's a couple leaves that blew out of the woods onto the property, and the tenant takes a picture of that, property manager who doesn't trust you will call you and, wonder why this wasn't taken care of. One that trusts you says, oh, well, just want to, I just received this picture. I was wondering if you could explain it. And once you explain your side, 9 out of 10 times they understand. So that's dealing with property managers, and it is really important to develop relationships with them. To explain yourself, explain how you take care of services so that they never have to call you. Now, from my experience with property management groups, your point of contact, as long as you contact, you're talking to them, maybe sending invoicing to the accountant, you're okay. I noticed that the only time you really deal with someone higher up on the board is when there is an issue. And usually that is the vice president. The few times I've dealt with vice presidents over my years in taking care of commercial contracts, commercial properties, has normally been with some type of issue. It's normally been with some type of issue to the point where they felt like they had to contact us and see what's going on. So, the best thing for that, in my opinion, is to take care of issues before they become an issue. Which brings me to my next point. Commercials, majority of the time, I say over 90% of the time, are expecting you to build them out annually, 12 months out the year. It took me a while to get used to that and to actually understand that, because I was building them out like I would a residential. No, you build them out over 12 months, and it is a good thing and a bad thing. Now, in the winter time when you're not doing as much, it's nice to still be receiving payments from these properties, but you best believe you need to still be doing site visits. That's exactly what I call them for us. I call them site visits. I go out usually once a week, and majority of the time what I do is I take a blower with me, debris loader, and there's a couple leaves on the property, I go ahead and take care of those, even if it's December, January, February, whatever. That way they know they're getting their money's worth, and they know I'm out there checking the property to make sure everything's still up to par. If there's a couple branches that need to be trimmed, you go ahead and trim them before that is an issue, as long as that is in your contract. So, one thing I would say is really important is not to just price these contracts and these 12-month payments off of, oh, okay, that should be the easy mo for me, you know, in June. Middle of June, this should be a real easy property to take care of. No, you're billing them for those late nights when you get an email from a property manager complaining about something that you need to actually go address that next day. You need to find that time in the middle of your route to get out there and address the issue. That is what you are charging these people for. You're charging them for moments like that. You're charging for moments where you got to go take care of something, like say a branch is hanging down and it's in your contract to take care of stuff like that. You're charging for those emergency services that you contracted to take care of, and that's not an issue as long as you're billing right, as long as you price them out right. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating when you gotta go out and take care of these little things, but that's what you're charging them for, and they're expecting to be able to rely on you, especially as a property manager that's out of state. They're expecting to be able to contact you and that you'll take care of it. What's big with my property managers for a lot of my commercials is they straight up say, next time you're out of the property, do you mind taking care of such and such and such and such? If it's something minor, you know, something slight that seems like it could wait a little bit, okay, no problem. But if it sounds like something that needs to be taken care of, I don't wait until the next time I'm out at that site. I'm either going to take care of it that day or the next day, so that it's done. And then I shoot them a picture and an email right away. And they like knowing that they can count on you. That is how they build trust with you, knowing that you will take care of things. Basically, you'll cover their butt when they're out of state, telling their tenants that you're going to take care of them. So that is why I say it is important to develop a relationship and to develop that trust. And a lot of that has to do with us as contractors, taking care of business, staying on top of our job. Now, this is the reason why I say it is nice to have residential payment. Now, I want to say about 80 to 90% of my commercials pay by check. It is frustrating because a lot of times it takes a while to get a payment. Whereas residential, you can put credit card on file and keep it pushing. Simple. Quicker payments. Now, if you're expecting to get paid quickly each month, a lot of times commercial is not the move for you. No matter how much you say, hey, you know, try to pay within some amount of days, it doesn't ever seem to work out that way, especially if they're out of state. Because now you got to account for it taking a little bit longer for the check to get to you. So this is why I say getting the mix is honestly the best move as far as payment goes. Now when you get paid, cool, you're great, you're in good shape. But it's just not always going to be that way. You gotta understand that. So you figure out what works best for you. You figure out what you can deal with and what you can take on, work-wise, mental-wise, because it is a lot. It's a lot of insurances to keep up as far as commercials. But at the end of the day, I say it's worth it to have them, especially if you still have residentials that are paying you quickly. So you're getting that quick money with the residentials, and then eventually you're getting the good money with the commercials. And again, that 12-month payment thing, not so bad at all. Well, this is some quick expectations for commercial that aren't told right away. I know they weren't told to me, they weren't explained to me. Stuff I kind of had to figure out over time. And you can kind of take this nugget for what it's worth moving forward on commercials, and good. That's definitely good. I'm glad I was able to help if that's the case. Or if you have something that you do a different way, please comment down below how you take care of commercials, how you take care of the properties. Alright, y'all take it easy, and let's keep on standing together and getting these lawns cut and make all of us making our money. Everybody be blessed.